Welcome back. You are listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on KCBQ. My name is Kyle Whissel. I'm your host, joined as always by Mr. Jason Hall with Team Home Loans. And we've got a couple special guests in the studio today, both part of the Whissel Realty team. One first-timer, one second-timer. We got Mr. Brian Kochi.
How's it going, Kyle?
Media and Marketing Manager at Whissel Realty.
Yep.
That's you?
That's me.
So Brian is normally here in the studio with us, but he's the guy who's filming the radio show and taking some pictures. So
he's behind the camera.
He is normally the man behind the camera, but today he gets to be the man behind the microphone. So I'm excited.
And behind the camera. I'm doing both. So I'll be running around a little bit.
He is like Inspector Gadget. Go Gadget arm, camera on, now behind the mic. Awesome. Also in studio, we got our Poway specialist, Miss Brandy Pike.
Hello again.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Happy to be back.
You've got the matching pink lipstick, pink phone, pink sweater, or cardigan. Cardigan.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Now, what's a cardigan? I guess that's the sweater, right?
I think it's like a sweater that buttons up in the
Well, why
front.
don't we ask Brandy? Let's ask Brandy. What's a cardigan, Brandy?
It has little buttons. A sweater would be like all the way covered. This way I can.
So if you covered yourself, you actually have a sweater. But if you have buttons that have to then button before it covers yourself, that's considered a...
I think so.
Have you ever seen...
I think Kyle wears sweaters.
Have you ever seen Dumb and Dumber?
Cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
I believe you do.
I didn't actually. You know what's crazy? This winter, it never got cold. Never got to wear the cardigans.
You know what?
Like
I don't know why
people. Winter ever.
Yeah.
Well, it's San Diego.
Light jackets.
I always say there's two seasons in San Diego. There's summer and then there's cold summer. There's no winter in San Diego.
Good point, Brian.
Yeah.
Works for me.
So, Brandy, you're from Poway.
Yes, sir.
What's going on in Poway?
It's hot right now, literally. But there's a lot of new, fun, exciting things going on. We have an ice rink being put in. Recently, Lowe's just got built, so that's a new hot spot. And my favorite, a country bar.
Country bar girl.
Yeah.
So, a country bar in Poway makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
That's going to do well. There's some businesses that they go into certain places, and I don't think they've done their market research to figure out, like, is this really the market that we should be putting our business into? A country bar there makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I'll definitely be there.
Obviously.
Yeah.
In pink boots, probably.
So if you're a single guy looking for somebody, just find the Poway bar. I guess apparently the country bar that's coming to Poway, and you will probably find Brandy Pike.
With a pink cardigan.
The pink cardigan, and she is a young, beautiful lady, so...
Jason likes to play matchmaker. I don't know, Brandy, if you've been on with us before, but Jason is part-time lender, part-time matchmaker.
Full-time lender, part-time matchmaker.
Well, as long as it's millionaire matchmaker, I'm cool.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Want you making sure you're finding the right man and not just Mr. Right.
Yes.
So let's get into some stats. The latest stats have come out regarding the real estate market. And Brandy, I definitely want to get your thoughts on things. A lot of awesome things happening in the real estate market. We've seen the number of foreclosures year over year is down 6.7%. Good thing. Anytime foreclosures are down, that's always solid. So we like to see less people losing their homes. We've seen the amount of short sales go down 9% year over year. So another good sign, less people having to sell their house for less than they owe. Most people now are right side up. They've got some equity in their home. That's a beautiful thing. And then this is what's really good. If you're listening to the show and you're looking to buy a home, maybe you were looking a year or 2 years ago and you got really frustrated. You were getting beat out. There were a lot of investor offers coming in, a lot of people coming in with cash offers on things. What you're going to be happy to know is that the number of investor buyers right now is down 28.9% from a year ago. And the number of cash buyers is down 31% from a year ago. Yeah. So if you're listening to the show and you were looking to get into home ownership a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, there were a lot of hedge funds buying properties, a lot of flippers buying properties. And the good thing is a lot of those guys are out of the market right now. And it's really gotten down to just the core business of real estate here in San Diego of people, normal people like Brandy, like Jason, Brian, or myself that are really looking to buy and sell homes.
And live in those homes.
And actually live in those homes.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing. So what's great is we've seen all of that. And the market is really starting to turn around. We've seen sales are up.
Absolutely.
Sales are up about, 1% or 2%, but we're starting to see an increase. We're coming out of the winter. We're starting to head into the spring season, so we're starting to see sales increase. And for the 35th month in a row, we've seen values increase. So we're almost 3 straight years of values increase, and we're up 7.3% from a year ago. So, Brandy, break this down to our listeners. What does this mean to them?
Go out and buy. That's what it means. Go out, buy, and sell your house. Our inventory is still relatively low. So if you're a seller and you're kind of on the fence, not knowing whether or not it's a good time, it's a great time. There are lots of buyers out there. Jason, you can interject in this, that rates are still pretty low.
They're great.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's something that you've thought about and not really sure, or you kind of were waiting till spring, now's the time to get on it. If you're a family looking to move and you want to do that move in the summer, well, now's the time to really start thinking about it, because you're going to be moving right in that peak time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what we're seeing right now is, like you said, buyers are looking at opportunities. So if you're renting, we all know how much the rents are out there in San Diego, and they've done nothing but go up even during this downtime. So rents always go up. And as I tell all of my buyers, hey, your landlord's not going to call you up and say, hey, I'm going to lower your rent from $2,200 to $2,100 to keep you here.
Never happened to me.
Yeah, it hasn't happened to anybody that I've ever heard. It always goes up. And that's why it's important to become a homeowner yourself, find an opportunity to do that, get in while rates are low, and get in while prices are still affordable. Because when rates go up and prices continue to go up, it's going to be unaffordable for a lot of people who make under $100,000 to buy a house. And it's still available right now. So it's a great, great time to buy. Capture it while rates are low, capture it while you can afford the house. And we're also seeing a lot of sellers who, as you mentioned, Kyle, their property values are now back above what they owe. They're able to go ahead and go, wow, I can finally get out of this house, where 5 years ago they thought they were, maybe going to lose their house.
Or they were stuck.
They were stuck. And so now they're able to sell their home, go ahead and move on up, and work with a great lending team and real estate team like, the Whissel Realty team.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely. So again, you're listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on KCBQ 1170. We're talking with Brandy Pike, our Poway specialist with Whissel Realty. And Brandy, I got a question here from Roger in Scripps Ranch. And Roger wants to know, I'm thinking about putting my home on the market this summer. When should I reach out to a realtor?
Now.
But why now?
Why?
Call me.
I know.
Well, here what we do is, it's not just something that we say, okay, are you ready? Let's just go, and we put it on, and that's a quick thing. We actually take our time in making sure we do it the right way. So if it's something that you're thinking about doing in the summer and you want to move in the summer, there's going to be that 30 to 60 days, and getting that game plan started right now, making the roadmap for your future so it starts out and you do it the right way is what we want to
And
make
part
sure.
of that roadmap is to make sure that the house is truly presentable and ready,
You want
right?
to make sure that you're going to show the home in the best way possible.
Right. And so what are some of the things you guys do there on the Whissel team, Brandy, to make sure it's ready?
One of the main things that we're going to do is have our stager come in. She's going to definitely come in and at least put her eyes on it, let you know how you're going to show the home in the best way possible.
Now, for those listeners out there, what's a stager? I mean, I know you guys have somebody on staff, but
Yeah,
what's a stager to just the average person? Just explain that for us.
Okay, so they're going to come in and they're going to go ahead and say, this is what you need to do to make your home most attractive to all buyers out there. So, someone may like a red wall in their kitchen, but that's not going to be for everybody. So she's going to say, hey, you might want to go ahead and do a neutral wall. You want to put a plant here, basically making it where it's going to be something that everybody walks into and they say, this is the home that I can see myself living in.
Right. And now, you guys at Whissel Realty, is that a discounted thing because you guys work with her?
That's absolutely free of charge to
Wow.
our
So
sellers.
that's free to your sellers.
Free to our sellers.
So where most sellers and agents I've talked to over the 25 years I've been in the business, they're paying hundreds of, maybe even thousands of dollars to have a stager come in. This is something you guys do free as part of the Whissel team?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes. She will come
that's
in
awesome,
and she'll
Kyle
spend
Brand.
over an hour with us and go through the home, and then she's going to go ahead and give you a report. So in a day or so, you'll be able to have the report.
So it's like an inspection report.
Exactly. It's an
all right.
inspection report based on how to get your home prepared best way possible.
Wow, I like it. I haven't sold the house in a while, so I'm like getting excited here, man.
Well,
I'm
and I
not
can-
ready to sell my house. I wish I could, but my wife's going to bury me there, she tells me, Kyle. So.
Well, and I can tell you from a photographer's point of view, it makes a world of difference having a stager. Going in there and I've done places where we've had to go there and move stuff from one couch to another couch to take pictures in this room and this room. And having a stager go through, you can always tell that there was thought put into it, and it just makes it so much easier to photograph and really tell the story of that home that's going to appeal to the widest range possible.
And then going back to Roger's question, if you have a family or have kids, it may take you a couple weekends to get your home ready and prepared. So if you're possibly thinking, okay, I want to get my home on the market in June, well, we need to start vamping that up right now.
Starting in March. So again, if you're a seller listening and you're thinking, hey, maybe I should think about selling, maybe I should interview a great team like the Whissel team and who provides a free stager, wow, reach out to them. And let's see if I get this number right here, because I was trying to say my number and
We've
mix
only
it in
done
with
this
that.
for a year, Jason.
I know. 619-663 7355.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. 619-663-SELL or 7355.
Bam.
Bang. Thank you, Kyle. Kyle on my soundboard, having some fun. So, all right. So staging's huge. One of the things, getting them prepared. I know typically a lot of buyers are looking to move during summer, which means you really want to list your house during the spring because it's typically, 45 to 90 days once you list your home before it actually closes. And so that's sometimes really important on, when to go ahead and put that out on the market, right, Brandy?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I would say 45 days is about the average right now to get something in escrow. And then you're looking at that 45 days plus typically another 30 to 45 days. So
Right.
if you start, hypothetically in April, you're going to finish somewhere at the end of June.
Okay. Great.
I love it. What are some of the other things that you guys are doing when you're getting a home ready to go on the market? So I know that there's a lot of people that reach out and say, hey, I want to have my home on the market this weekend. What's the downside of doing something like that?
You mean as in just moving that quickly?
Yeah, so somebody who really wants to rush things and just says, hey, Brandy, I want to sell my house. Can you have it on the market by Friday? What would be the downside of rushing it to the market?
Well, you're not going to get your home prepared the best way possible. And with our team, we have a videographer and a photographer that's going to come out there. And it's not just something that we can prepare in 24 hours. We're going to take our time and do it the right way. So I would say, let's make sure that we go through the necessary steps. That way it's going to be able to get you the most money and not just throwing it on there and pulling something together. That's really not our style here.
Okay. And then once a home's on the market, what are some of the things that your team's doing a little bit different than what other agents might be doing?
So let's say we get a home on the market and it's a Thursday, okay? And mind you, we've done everything to get the home ready and prepared. We're going to do something what's called a neighbors only open house. And that's something special and unique that we do here. We will go ahead and
we do
reach
that
out to-
here at Whissel Realty. And just so our listeners know, we are interviewing Brandy Pike, the listing manager with Whissel Realty. Continue, Brandy. I just want to make
Poway
sure.
specialist.
Poway specialist.
Got to add that.
San Diego native, like Kyle and I.
Born and raised.
All
So
right.
basically,
Me too. Born and raised.
Brian
I know.
too. Everybody in the studio today, Kyle.
Yes,
We're
sir.
all San Diego natives.
Very
Go
unique.
Aztecers. Go Aztecers, right, Paul?
all right.
Absolutely.
So neighbors only real quickly here is going to be where we invite just the neighbors. So maybe the surrounding 500 homes around the area, we're going to make sure that we flyer it. We're going to make sure that we advertise it. Along with doing that, we have video that we're going to go ahead and blast out. And Facebook is a huge part of our marketing strategy. So we're going to put that on Facebook, make sure that it's reaching out to all those people. We're going to have them come over on a Friday night, offer them wine and cheese.
Cheerios would be weird. We feed the pigs. We give the pigs Cheerios.
Nice.
Maybe beer and wings on a Friday night. And then we're going to do what's called a mega open house the very next day, which is Saturday.
So what's a mega? What's a
Mega.
mega open house?
Mega is going to be where we put over 100 signs out there. We're going to have our lenders out there so that way they can reach out to buyers with any questions. We're going to make sure we have food there as well. Really make sure that we go above and beyond.
Awesome. So again, if you want to connect with Brandy Pike at the Whissel Realty team, especially if you're up in that Poway, that inland market, she really specializes, does a lot of business out there. Shoot us a text or give us a call, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. When we get back, we're going to talk with Mr. Brian Kochi, marketing and media manager at Whissel Realty, about some of the unique things that the team is doing to really showcase unique features on homes. You are listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on KCBQ 1170.